KNES 415 summer 2024. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to talk to you guys about exam 3 coming up and kind of what to expect, and just make sure we're all on the same page. All right. So exam 3 are muscles, cervical, trunk, ankle, subtalar, knee, hip. So mid stuff, and then lower extremity, upper extremity muscles is going to be exam 4. I let you come in with a cheat sheet for the midterm because we had 2 exams on one day. So I am not letting you come in with a pre-filled out sheet because I want you to know this stuff. I want you to know that the right sternocleidomastoid is a flexor, right lateral, and a left transverse puller. Okay. That being said, once the test starts, I'm going to give you guys 15 extra minutes. So you have an hour and 15 minutes to start. Once the test starts, you can write on that scratch sheet. So if you do circles for function, you can, exam starts, you can draw your circles. If you do lists, you can draw your lists. The key thing is that I use those scratch papers at the end of the semester just to see what you know. Like, what I mean by that is, let's say you didn't pass exam 3 or 4, but on your scratch sheet of paper it's blank. Like at least, if you're doing question 1 and I'm asking you about the right sternocleidomastoid, tell me what you know about. I mean, at least it gives me an idea that you know something, that you studied something. Okay, so utilize those scratch papers if you want to list your functions. If you want to draw your circles, you can do that right when the test starts. Okay. Make sure you understand muscles influence motion through contraction. That is the key part of this class, is not necessarily just memorizing muscles. It's understanding that those specific muscles influence specific movements through contraction, or prevent certain motions through contraction, right? Like isometrically, like the erector spinae working above rest isometrically to prevent your head from flexing, right? Because you got more stuff on this side than that side. And if you turn those muscles off, you would flex. Okay, muscles work, contract, do a job for a reason. So we have to identify the agonist, who's working because of why they're working. And then we can look at movement and then associate contraction, which is what I've been teaching you through all these Unit 3 lectures. Okay, so in this case, the erector spinae is working. Why? Because gravity is trying to flex me. If they're preventing motion, they're working isometrically because they're extension pullers, they're extensors, cervical extensors. If they're working and you observe extension, concentric. If they're working and you observe flexion, eccentric. A, B, C, muscles, motion, contraction. Okay, so that is the main thing. And then stretching, right? If a muscle pulls in a certain direction because of tension, because of the way things, like rubber bands, if I want to stretch a rubber band and the rubber band's pulling in, I got to lengthen it out. If you have a plantar flexor, a plantar flexion puller at the ankle, like the gastrocnemius is a plantar flexion puller, it's a plantar flexor. To stretch it, if it's pulling in, I got to stretch it out. If it's pulling in a direction of plantar, I have to dorsiflex it to stretch it, to lengthen it. Okay, so knowing function based off a pull helps to understand stretching too as a clinician. My right sternocleidomastoid, it's a right lateral bender. So if I'm trying to stretch it in the frontal plane, I got to bend my head to the left because it pulls to the right. If I want to stretch it sagittally, it's a flexion puller, so I need to extend. If I want to stretch it transversely, it's a left transverse, so I got to twist to the right. Okay, so muscles influence motion through contraction. Make sure you understand function of muscles. Your scratch sheet that I give you can be a great bonus. I'm not going to commit to anything, but if I look and I see you know stuff, that can help me. If I see you don't put anything, how do I know what you know? Unless you should kind of show me or help me. Okay. In regard to the project that I said would be optional, I'm going to talk about that at the end of class, at the end of the test. So in other words, following the test, if you're interested in that, hang around and I'll give you the semantics of what you would need to do for that. I just need more time to think about it because I've never done it before for bonus or for extra work. So I need to make sure I have guidelines and parameters so that way we're all on the same page. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope this helps. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.